The Atlanta mayoral race between Keisha Lance Bottoms and Mary Norwood was a very close race. Keisha Lance Bottoms won by a mere 746 votes. So in Atlanta, it was greatly divided in this race. North Atlanta, which you have a lot of Caucasians, voted Mary Norwood, and South Atlanta, which you have a lot of black people, voted Keisha Lance Bottoms. So this race was polarizing in the area of race. I guess some people don't like the black leadership anymore, even though Atlanta has been ran by a black mayor since 1974. It's one of the most successful cities that black people are running. Literally, black excellence is there. But it's not good enough for some people that they're living in a good city. All they care about is the color of the person's skin that's running the particular city or country, etc. And we know who those people are. And they carried that conversation into the evening news on CBS 46. And there was a reporter by the name of Sharon Reed. She's going to respond to a comment from a internet troll in which I get the same kind of comments, but I want you to hear her response.
Nerve on both sides of the debate, whether or not you agree that race matters in this election or is an issue in this election.
Yeah, I'm going to hold it because I think there's some confusion behind the scenes. A woman by the name of Kathy Ray emailed me. We're going to put that email on the screen and then I'll comment after it. But I think it's fair for people to see what she wrote and get my response. I'll leave it at that. You need to be fired for the race-baiting comment you made tonight. It's okay for blacks to discuss certain subjects, but not whites. And then it goes on. Let's pull up the rest of it. Okay, so really? You are what I call a, now she tried to write the N-word, but she spelled it. I wish we would just put it on the screen. It's after 9 o'clock at night. People have the right to see it. She wrote Niger, not a black person. You are a racist, Niger. You are what's wrong with the world. And so I would say to Kathy a couple of things. Number one, you mischaracterized what I said. I didn't say that white people couldn't talk about race. Quite the contrary. We think that race is an authentic discussion to have. It's one we're having tonight because it's one many of you are talking about at home. And it's one that has clearly entered the Atlanta mayor's race. And that's why behind the scenes, my colleagues and I, white and black, we decided, hey, let's go for it, right? Because we do try to keep it real here. And I think we do a very good job of it. So I think when arguing with somebody, you have to be careful not to mischaracterize their viewpoint. So I won't mischaracterize your view either, Kathy Ray. I get it. On December 5th, 2017, you think it's okay to call this journalist a nigger. I don't. But I could clap back and say a few things to you. But instead, I'll let your words, Kathy Ray, speak for themselves. And that'll be the last word.
If you enjoy the engaging news and information we present on this channel, would you consider partnering with us on Patreon? Your support helps us to remain your go-to source for news and commentary for only $2 or $5 per month. That's less than a cup of coffee. During the YouTube ad crisis, we faced the horrible idea that our show would have to be shut down. But it was great people like you that made the difference and helped to save our show. We want to give a huge thank you to every difference maker that supported us on Patreon, and make sure to subscribe to our channel.
So Sharon did the right thing in her response. And trust me, every single day as a black person, that's all they have to call you is the N-word. They have no other words to call you. They follow the same playbook. They get mad. That's what they call you. They whine and cry, say, oh, we can't discuss anything. Nobody's stopping them from discussing anything. They just don't want black people speaking up and calling things out. That's about it. The thing is, as I tell a lot of black people, it's not what people call you, it's what you answer to. As long as you don't answer to that word, that's not you. I just wish they would come up with some new words outside of the same old, all the freaking time. I mean, come up with something new. That way maybe I can even laugh at it, but it's getting old. You're like a corrupted MP3 or WAV file. It's the same thing every single day. And I like how this sister was stating that she could clap back at her and say a whole lot of things, but she chose not to. And it doesn't matter the year that we're living in. They learn those words when they barely learn to speak. That's their go-to word. Any other time they get upset with a black person. It's to be expected to deal with white supremacists online. It's just come with the territory. I'm used to it. I even did a whole series on it at one point in time on our Advised Social Media channel before I just got burnt out with doing that. I'm even taking their comments now just to make people laugh and post it on our Instagram and our Twitter pages. If you aren't part of that, join us there. And I just refer back to calling out their stupidity, because they do that every single day. See, the thing is, people like that Kathy person don't like black people having a voice, don't like black people in prominent positions. She probably can't stand a black woman having that job, because at one point in time, black people couldn't have those kind of jobs. So she have to look at a black woman speaking inside her home every day. And it just really rubbed them the wrong way. So what I would say to that person, and many people that feel that way, go watch Fox News Channel. You don't see a lot of black people on there. Enjoy it. That is made just for you. It is propaganda 101. Everybody else's fault but your own. And just watch it. Indulge it. There's one thing I could tell you. But they won't do that. They will always come to wherever black people are at. They always have something to say. They can't keep things to themselves. They lose their jobs behind it. They get their reputations ruined behind it. They just can't help themselves. The ones who are white supremacists. It's just that simple. So shout out to Sharon Reed for letting that white supremacist know about herself. But you're kind of doing what they say, pissing in the wind, because it's not going to do any good. But shout out to you for at least responding. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular story. Share the video on your social media pages. Like the commentary. Subscribe. Make sure you click the notification bell so you'll know when we post new news stories or live streams.